Hey guys, welcome back to Beno Sester Malka's channel. Today I really just want to give you food for thought. I know there's a lot of uncertainty happening in this world, especially from the kids' perspective. Are we going to school? Are we staying home? Are we going to summer camp? I know recently spring breaks were canceled in some districts, and it's like, what's happening? And with all this happening, it's easy to just say, you know what? I'm going to be the good guy. I am going to be the fun guy, and I am going, or parent, or whatever the case is, and we're just going to give the kids the most fun they've ever thought of, the most fun they've had, because, hey, we just want this over with. And trust me, I'm not a parent. I'm homeschooling my sister at the moment. I do Zoom classes. I relate to you. And it sounds good to just, you know what, let's get through this. But let me just take it through another perspective. If this pandemic was not a pandemic and we were home for a day or two, and you tell your kids, you know what, we're going through the roughest time in our life. You want no bedtime? No bedtime. You want to stay up late, sleeping late? Sleeping late. You want. And that's great for a day or two. And you know what? Let's take it a step further. How many of you have done that during spring break? Because I know I have. Spring break, no rules, no boundaries, works well. And that's okay, because your kids know the start of responsibility, which is, pre-spring break. They know that over spring break, they're going to have that free for all. And then they know post-spring break, they're coming back to that routine of, I am responsible. These are my responsibilities. And that works. And like I said, it's okay to be fun and cool. But now more than ever, it is super, super important to, while you are giving your kid that fun time, to set boundaries and teach responsibility. Because, first of all, we don't know when this is going to be over. We don't. Some countries are coming out of lockdown. They think of starting another. Some countries started a second one. We have no clue what the future is going to bring. What we do know is that right now, our kids are solely learning from us, the parent. Yeah, they might attend some online classes, but where are their stability? We are going to literally set them up for the rest of their lives. And if we teach them, okay, tragedy happens, do what you want. Now, like I said, every so often I do it. I will say, you know what? Today is a rough day. We are going to do what you want. But I also say, tomorrow you did what you want. Now maybe you have a little extra schoolwork today. Or maybe you have, what is the, I do an action, what happens after my action? Because especially for the older kids, you are setting your kids up for the future of their lives. And you, parents, right now have to teach them to be accountable and responsible. And there are two ways to do that. There's in the moment and there's being proactive. So the first is in the moment, is just pick 3 or 4 random times throughout the day and go over your kids' action. Let's say it's straight from, they finish their schooling. You say, we're going to have a chat. You sit down, you have a chat. And you say, well, how was school? Did you do a good job? Kids say, I stayed up too late. I got lazy. So, oh, you got lazy. Okay. What could you do tomorrow? You know what? Tonight I can go to bed a little earlier. What'd you teach them? Accountability. Or kid can play a board game and win. So what'd you do? Well, here was my strategy. And then the parent, what happened with your strategy? You won? Again, accountability. Accountability doesn't always have to be negative. Accountability can be positive. The kid had a great strategy. They won the board game. Accountability, that's just what happened. But I, as a child, can see for myself, I'm going throughout, again, 3 to 4 times throughout the day, pick 3 or 4 big or small moments, equalize positive and negative, so the kids see my reactions have a reaction. And it could be both good and bad. The second way to teach accountability, and this way really works the best, well, they both work together, but is to be proactive and say, you know what? Here's your schedule. Here are my, as a parent, expectations. We're home. Your house chores are take out the garbage or clean the bathroom or whatever the case is. These are your responsibilities. Some, like cleaning out the garbage, I expect you to do every day. Tidy up the bathroom, maybe, or help with dishes once a week. There's 10 of us home, however many, some families got really cute and pre all this kind of moved in together, which sounds like a lot of fun. But anyway, so you know what? We're 5 people, 10 people living under the same roof. For right now, we can each take a load of dishes. Accountability. And at the end of the week, just go over with the whole household. It should be a whole house meeting. And let me tell you something. What you might find out is that child A may say, no, oh my gosh, I really hate doing the dishes, but I don't mind vacuuming. And child C may say, oh, I hate vacuuming, but you know what? The dishes, it's a pretty fun chore. And so they'll start swapping chores, swapping responsibilities. And what you're teaching them is by being accountable, it's not necessarily negative. I was given guidelines. I was told what to do, and I rose to the occasion. So what I hope you gained from this video is 2 things. Number 1, throughout the day, randomly stop your child or after the task. It could be something as simple as you showered. Oh, how'd you feel after you shower? Oh, I feel great. It doesn't have to be big, but help your child see that every action that we do can be both positive or negative. If it's positive, can you teach me what you did? Because, you're trying to build that relationship. If it's negative, say, ooh, don't give them a answer. Say, ooh, what could we do in the future? Let them think about it. Because again, they're safe now. They're completely safe. And some child may go, give you the face and stomp off to the room. Let them. Don't engage. Because I tell you what, the attitude, whether it's positive or negative, that's going to come out of it is going to teach skills. One skill you may find out you're taught is that you didn't engage in the negative behavior. They stomped off to the room, you threw in the towel, and you went on your day. You remain positive. And these are skills that will teach your child how to react in future situations. Are they going to be the type of kid that gets their first job, messes up real big time, like really completely messes up? Let's say it's files the paperwork wrong. Are they going to be like, well, but, or they going to, oh my gosh, you know what? I made a mistake. Either A, teach me, or B, let me try it again. Or teach me and I'll try it again. How are they going to react? Because you know what? We right now are the parents. We're here with our kids. And what we teach them now is really going to not only help us and them get through this situation, but you are literally taking free advantage to kind of build who they're going to be in the future. And if you want those kids to be the type who is just going to say, you know what, I made a mistake. What am I going to do about it today? This is what I'm going to do about it today. And that, I guarantee, is what you want. Because I'm just going to tell you a little story. This was 2 years ago. I was looking to hire a P3. It was quite a simple job. It was right after a lot of the colleges had, graduation. And there was tons and tons of P3s who wanted a job. Again, payment was through Board of Ed, so there was no issue of salary, which school pays more, which school pays less. It was all P3 through the Board of Ed. And we were very fortunate, we interviewed quite a number of P3s, and what really struck me was like I said, quite a number, older and younger. One of them actually said that she's been working for like 10 years, so quite. And these are you come in, you sit down, like, hey, how are you? Just tell me about yourself, because I like to connect with, I like staff members who I like, because then the students like them. So I like that connection. And I don't hold the usual interview like, like a little scary. No, it's fun and interactive. And I remember some of them just stood there and stare like, so, you give them the benefit of the doubt, it's stage fright, whatever. And I'm like, if I can't connect you on this interview and you can't connect, we had a child in the room, then, well, after that, if you can't connect, how can you help the child? So that was one group. There were really 3 groups that came in. The other group was like, well, I'll take the job, but I want this and I want that. I'm sitting like, wait. Now, anybody who knows what a P3 is, they come in, they do the job, they leave. The teacher tells them what to do, they leave. I mean, in our case, we're lucky. We interact with them. We like them. And it's great. Really great environment. and then they leave. I mean, that's, again, generally anybody who goes for a job as a P3, if you disagree with me, let me know. But anybody who has a job as a P3, you go in, teacher tells you what to do, and you go home. Quite simple. You're coming in to me. I didn't even say, hello, you have a whole list of demands like this high, when you can come in, how many days off you need, when you're not. I'm like, whoa, okay. Again, I don't know who you are, but please don't come back. And then of the 4 years that I interviewed P3s, there were only two. And P3s where I live, second, you get special ed degree, everyone wants a job as P3. So there's no shortage of P3s and definitely no shortage of interviews. And only two of them, again, 2 in 4 years, said, what can I do for you? How can I help you? How can we help the child? Again, they each said their own different thing. And I'm like, wait, I didn't even ask you any questions. And what you want to do is bond, to connect, to take accountability for your actions, to be responsible. How can I help the child? And we've had P3s who have worked, and they come in with, and then they just sit there, and I'm like, I as a teacher see this, you as a teacher see this. What are we going to do? Now, again, this is from a teacher's perspective, but I can tell you I've spoken with accountants, I've spoken with lawyers, I have spoken with, who else? Somebody who owns a restaurant. I have spoken with numerous trades. So you can't only say this is teachers. And what they all can tell me, hands-on, without a doubt, that the people they're looking for is the one who makes a mistake and who says, how can I improve? How can I get better? How can we work together? And again, we're at home right now. Some of you are out of quarantine. Some of you may have symptoms and have to go back home. Whatever the case is, use this moment to help your kids be accountable. And better yet, you don't have, and this is something that I know I struggle with. Sometimes it's like, 5 minutes to leave and the kids aren't dressed. You're like, so at that point, the best time to teach accountability is in the moment. And so if the kids aren't dressed, they have to get to school. You can't really teach accountability, but you have time. Take this opportunity, because I guarantee you, if your kid is in 12th grade, if your kid is in 1st grade. So the 12th graders are going to see the results sooner. The 1st graders are going to see the results a little bit later on. But when you look back and say, whoa, that is my child. My child is doing so well in life. And it's your decisions now. Are you going to be the fun parent? Or are you going to say, you know what? We are going to have just as much fun as long as you remain accountable for your actions. And that will make a huge difference both now and later. And I guarantee some of the kids will, especially the younger kids, will just go off into a tantrum. Some of the older kids may just, give you that attitude and walk away. Let them do it. Do not engage, but rather hold them accountable. Because when you look back, you may have suffered 2-3 hours. Because trust me, the worst feeling, I feel guilty if a kid ever says, oh, I hate you. I feel so guilty. But when I look back, and in the moment, again, I do feel your pain. In the moment, I feel your pain. But when I look back, I'm like, whoa. And I see this even as a teacher, where some kids really don't like my decisions. And then I'm like, and I'll talk to my co-teacher, I'll call people, mentors when I'm home, and I'll be like, did I make the right choice? And I'll still doubt myself, because we're all human. And then I'll look back even a week later, I'll be like, wait, did that student just do that? And I'll be like, whoa. Hold them accountable now. Make them accountable for both their positive and negative decisions. And you will see such a big change both now and definitely in the long run when they have graduated and you're like, that's the type of person I'm proud of my child.